College basketball's #1 ranked team, UNLV's Fresno Rebels, tonight shoot for their 30th consecutive victory and their 19th this year as they entertain Fresno State. UNLV has won its last 29 here at the Thomas and Mack Center. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ross Porter. Welcome to Las Vegas. And tonight, a little less than 3 days before their matchup with second-ranked Arkansas at Fayetteville, UNLV goes for another victory before a crowd that's estimated to be around 18,000 tonight. UNLV beat this Fresno State team about a month ago, 117-91. But the talk around here throughout the week has been UNLV and Arkansas. Arkansas tonight tuned up for the big matchup at Barnhill Arena with a come-from-behind victory over Houston, 81-74. The Razorbacks blew a 15-point lead, fell behind in the second half, and then came back to win the game. Working with me tonight, former Rebel assistant coach Denny Hovanec. And Denny, last week you were mentioning to me the fact that UNLV even then had begun getting ready for Arkansas. And I guess one of the reasons is that this Fresno State team tonight in some ways has similarities offensively with the Razorbacks, don't they?
You know, they really do. They like the up-tempo shot. They really like to force the ball up. In fact, they have 341 three-point field goal attempts in the league, which is quite different from the past Fresno ball clubs.
Todd Bernard, a great shooter for Fresno, who had 23 points and 13 rebounds against the Rebels last month, will not play tonight. He's back in the hotel with stomach flu. Pat Riddlesbrigger will replace him, and Pat himself missed practice yesterday because of the flu. I guess the one thing that everybody would say tonight, Denny, is the Rebels have to be looking ahead to Arkansas, but as you look at this ball club as we have all year long, you get the idea that the Rebels are completely focused, don't you?
You know, the one thing about this Rebel ball club this year, this team's played exceptionally well throughout the year. And the one thing about Jerry Tarkanian's ball clubs, he comes well prepared no matter what opponent they play. They're not looking out forward to Arkansas. They're worried about Fresno State tonight.
We're happy you're along on our simulcast tonight. UNLV and Fresno State. We'll be back with the player introductions right after these words. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority.
Copy 14 minutes to Valley Hospital. Conference clear at 16.
They're stable. Hypertension. Stand by. X-ray here. So when you guys drive me over to Valley Hospital? Chest tube pressure. Real good. I call X-ray. I don't feel well.
Okay, get the
blood pressure.
Chest temperature is really high.
Good.
Healthcare this good is easy to find at Valley Hospital.
Prices, 24-hour service, convenient locations throughout the Las Vegas Valley, and products that offer the best value for your money. 8 years later, we haven't changed. Southern Nevadans still benefit from ARCO's long-standing policy of customer satisfaction. ARCO, making life easier for Southern Nevadans.
I'm gonna go with you.
World-class quality. Best-in-class value. From Las Vegas's #1 Ford dealer. Surprise! Quality doesn't cost more this year. With the all-new 91 Ford Escort, you get style, fuel efficiency, and a long list of new standard features. Choose from the sporty GT, the roomy LX, or this economical Pony starting at just $149 per month for only 24 months. We've got nearly 100 all-new Escorts, the world's best-selling car, in stock right now. So get them while they're hot at Gaudin Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara.
For a limited time only, when you come to a participating Chili's and buy any meal, you receive a Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, which lets you bring someone along free when flying on one of Southwest Airlines' full-fare round-trip tickets. What a deal! Just come into Chili's, enjoy a great meal, and get a Partner Pass. And take anyone you want on your next trip, free! Like your mom or your sister.
Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, only at Chili's.
Or your boss. You could take your boss.
These teams, UNLV and Fresno State, have the best field goal shooting percentages in the Big West Conference. The Rebels hitting 54%, Fresno State 49%. Fresno comes in 10-10 this year, 5-6 in the Big West Conference, and trying to snap a drought against UNLV. The Rebels have beaten the Bulldogs the last 12 times they played since 1985 and 19 of 24 all time. Jerry Tarkanian, of course, coaching tonight against his alma mater. And at UNLV, he's 18-3 against Fresno State. For the Bulldogs, first-year head coach at Fresno, Gary Colson. Wilbert Hooker will open at 1 forward, 6'3" junior out of Texas City, Texas, averaging 15.6 points a game. With Todd Bernard back in the hotel with stomach flu, Pat Riddlespringer will be other starting forward, 6'6" junior from Fresno, averaging 7.4. The center is Dimitri Lambrecht, a 6'9" sophomore from Antwerp, Belgium, averaging a little over 5 points a game. The guards are Carl Ray Harris, a 6'2" sophomore from Fresno, averaging better than 13.5 points a game. And Dave Barnett, a 6-foot senior from Fresno, averaging right at 15 points a game. Averaging 83 points a game, which would make it the highest scoring Bulldog team in 21 years. They're giving up 84 points a night, but they won 3 in a row. Now, the defending national champions are about to be introduced, but first of all, the famous fireworks and light show at the Thomas and Mack Center. The starters for UNLV, Larry Johnson at 1 forward, 6'7" senior from Dallas, averaging 22.7. Stacy Ogman, the other forward, 6'8" senior from Pasadena, averaging 17.4. At center, George Ackles, 6'9" senior from Pittsburgh, averaging right over 8 points a game. The guards, Anderson Hunt, the 6'1.5" junior from Detroit, averaging 16.7. And Greg Anthony, the 6'2" senior from here in Las Vegas, averaging right at 11 points a game and over 9 assists a contest. Jerry Tarkanian, college basketball's all-time winningest coach, percentage-wise, 83% victories in his great career. Denny, we expect this one to be an up-and-down affair, just like we saw a couple of weeks ago at Fresno, when the Rebels built a 25-point lead in the first half, led by 31 in the second, and won at 117-91.
You know, both teams like the early offense. Look for Fresno to really pull up early, look for a three-pointer quick along with the Rebels. Rebels doing a great job coming off their half-court offense also.
Larry Johnson and Stacy Ogman each made 9 of 13 shots from the field in the game at Fresno. Johnson scoring 27 points and Ogman 22. Larry also had 10 rebounds. And that same night, Greg Anthony had 11 assists, 9 in the first half. When UNLV built a 66-48 lead at intermission, Anthony also had 19 points. Fresno State is going to sorely miss Todd Bernard. He is the 4th leading scorer in the Big West Conference.
Well, it hasn't been Fresno's day today. They left Fresno this morning at 10 o'clock, got fogged in. They didn't arrive in Las Vegas until 4 p.m. this afternoon. Didn't even have a shoot-around.
The thing that surprised us in the game in Northern California was that Fresno State made 12 three-point baskets against the Rebels, 6 by Will Hooker, the other 6 by Dave Barnett.
You know, Barnett can really shoot the ball also. He's a fine point guard, and he's only 7 more assists for the single-season scoring record.
Tonight's officials, Norm Barucki, Tom Finken, and Bill Kennedy. Rebels will leave in the morning and go into Fayetteville, where they'll practice tomorrow night and again Saturday. And then early Sunday, 9 a.m. Las Vegas time, they'll go against the Arkansas Razorbacks in the game of the year in college basketball.
You promised to give me a wake-up call, don't you?
I'll do it.
All right.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We're on a simulcast, radio and television. George Ackles steps in against Dimitri Lambrecht. Norm Barucki ready to put it up. The Rebels in their home white. Fresno State in the road red. The ball's in the air. The tip goes to Greg Anthony in backcourt. And for those of you listening on radio tonight on KDWN, our Rebel Radio Network, UNLV will move left to right across your dial in the first half. Anthony out to Ogman, down low. Here's Larry Johnson putting it in. So that didn't take long for the Rebels to get a coup on the board. Here is Barnett back. Guarded by Anderson Hunt. Out to Dimitri Lambrecht. A good 40 feet out. This is Will Hooker. Guarded by Ogman tonight. Here's Barnett's three-pointer. It gives Fresno State the lead. 46 three-point baskets for Dave Barnett this year. So 3-2 Fresno State. Anderson Hunt to Stacy Ogman in the right wing area. Out to George Eccles. Looks for Anthony. Gives instead to Hunt. To Larry Johnson against Pat Riddlespringer. Takes him to the lane. Lobs it back to Anthony. Great down low to Eccles. Turnaround jump shot from 10. In and out. Offensive rebound. Johnson lost though. And grabbed by Carl Ray Harris. 2 on 3. Harris all the way to the basket. And his bank no good. Follow the Hooker is good. So Fresno gets 5 in a row for a 5-2 lead. Anthony calls out the play. Over to Ogman. To Eccles at the foul line. Back to Hunt. Hunt coming off with 29 points against Rutgers on Sunday. To Johnson, fake three-pointer. To Anthony. Anthony across the lane. Back to Hunt. Hunt in the air for a 16-footer. It is no good, and the ball is knocked by Lambrecht over in the corner and saved by Dave Barnett. We've played a minute and a half, and Fresno State's got a 5-2 lead. The Belgians.
Larry fell asleep there.
Rebels got the first basket. Fresno State's come back to score 6 straight points. At the start, it goes to Hunt. In front of Gary Colson on the Fresno bench. To Eccles, looks low to Johnson. Comes to Anthony for a three-pointer. In there. 23 three-pointers for Big Anthony this season. That cuts the Fresno lead to 1. Here's a turnover. Here's Ogman back 2 on 2 with Johnson. Stacy around Riddlespringer, puts it up, no good. And we got a foul called on Riddlespringer.
Boy, you see both teams really getting the ball out and going with it. Wilbert Hooker missed the easy layup down the other end. UNLV trying to convert.
Gary Colson was saying that he felt like his ball club without Bernard tonight.
Well, there you see a nice long night. There you see a nice block of Wilbert Hooker. Stacy really advancing the ball.
All right, Stacy Ogman with 2 free throws. He's 73% on the year, and he ties the game. Stacy had a superb ball game here Sunday against Rutgers. Made his first 7 shots from the field and wound up that day with 27 points. That's been a seasonal high for the Iceman.
Jerry Tarkanian, that was the finest performance he's seen by a forward.
Yeah, for 1 half. Ogman missed the second free throw, so it's still a 6-6 standoff. Here's Will Hooker with the ball way outside. Ogman on top of him. Will loses control, gets it back, pass knocked away by Eccles, grabbed by Ogman. Ogman throws ahead to Anthony. Anthony goes down, 2-hand dunk. He's fouled. Basket will count.
I think they'll let it go.
No foul, huh?
No call on that. Great court awareness by Stacy Ogman to lay that ball up for Greg Anthony. This is a great basketball pass by Stacy Ogman. Great court awareness.
Underneath, Carl Ray Harrison twists free and ties the ball game. And it's 8-8. We have played 2 minutes and 50 seconds in Las Vegas. Anthony, who just gave the Rebels their second lead of the night, only to have Fresno tie, goes down to Larry Johnson. Fadeaway bank is good.
A beautiful 2-man game by Stacy Ogman and Larry Johnson, the 2 All-Americans.
10-8. Johnson's got 4. Anthony's got 5. Ogman has the other UNLV point. Here's the pass stolen by Larry Johnson. Hitting backcourt by Riddlespringer. Again, no foul. Pass up the middle of Johnson. He gives to Hunt. It's knocked out of bounds by Dave Barnett as Hunt headed toward the basket from the right baseline. Fresno State has never won a basketball game in the city of Las Vegas. They lost 10 times. They played the Rebels close last year here. There's a pass underneath, and Larry Johnson up, he drew a foul. You might recall last year, the Bulldogs were in it right for the last minute or 2, and UNLV prevailed 69-64. That foul is going to be called on Dimitri Lambrecht of the Bulldogs. So Larry Johnson will go to the free throw line. Larry is making right at 80% of his foul tosses this year. Hesitates, puts it up, in and out.
So there he got off to a bad start in his free throw shooting earlier in the year. He's really improved a lot.
First 3 games at about 65%. His second free throw, trying to give the Rebels a 3-point lead, is on the way, in and out. A one-handed dunk by Ackles on the follow.
Looked like George Ackles stepped in early, but no call. Gary Colston is beside himself.
12-8, UNLV. Riddlespringer with the ball, guarded by Larry Johnson. Comes out to Dimitri Lambrecht. Crowd trying to get the Rebels into it. Pick up their intensity. Hooker's in trouble. Counts on. 4. Timeout? No. Oh, they got the timeout. Hooker did a smart thing here.
Well, it's a real smart basketball play by Wilbert Hooker.
Timeout. 16:30 to go. 13 to go in the first half. UNLV 12, Fresno State 8. We'll be back in a minute.
When you're in 3rd grade and have a chance to meet and talk to the national champion running Rebels, what could be better? That's what the Horseshoe Stars is all about. It's a special program created by Dr. Lois Tarkanian and sponsored by the Binion family. It encourages Las Vegas 3rd graders to study, to stay in school, stay off drugs, and stay out of youth gangs. It gives them direct access to the running Rebels as role models and friends. Great stuff for any 3rd grader.
Superior Tire and Auto Service Centers, your family-owned Goodyear dealer for 48 years, has a super deal to get you rolling this new year. With any set of 4 Goodyear tires, you'll get a great bonus of a Cellular One car phone free. Put the world's best tires on your vehicle and get a free car phone to put inside it from the world's premier cellular service company, Cellular One. This is a limited time offer. Check the yellow pages for one of the 9 Superior Tire and Auto Service Centers nearest you.
Superior Tire and Auto Service Center. I got running rebel fever burning up my mind. I got running rebel fever and it feels so fine. I don't need to see a doctor or stay in bed all day. The only thing I need is just to watch those rebels play. I got running rebel fever burning up my mind. Do, 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 yeah.
After trailing 6-2, UNLV has gone on a spurt of 10-2 to take a 12-8 lead. But it was obvious George Ackles got into that lane on the Larry Johnson second free throw, and the Rebels got away with something there.
Gary Colston was beside himself.
All right, we come back on our simulcast. The Bulldogs had the ball. Ogman knocked it away from Barnett. Throws it down to Hunt. Hunt coming in all the way. Laid up and in. Player control foul, no basket. Tom Finken, who during the football season is an NFL official, made the call.
That's a real good call right here. But nice play by nice play by Stacy. You see Wilbert Hooker will be planted right here, waiting for the charge. Good call.
4 minutes into the game, and the Rebels lead by 4. Riddlespringer with it outside, guarded by Larry Johnson. Halts the dribble, out to Dimitri Lambrecht. Lambrecht turns, looks inside. They weave, get to Harris in the air, over to Riddlespringer. Jump shot from outside, no good. Leaping rebound by Ogman, who had 11 rebounds and 11 assists to go with his 27 points against Rutgers here last weekend. Stacy takes the pass from Anthony, back to Greg, over to Anderson. Out high, Larry Johnson for 3. In there!
So Larry spent a lot of time with that shot in practice working off that.
Larry Johnson, 9 for 19 on 3-pointers this year. Bulldogs missed 2 shots. The ball hit over to Anthony. Here comes UNLV 3-on-3. Hunt's got jump shot for 3. Too long. Lambrecht rebound. And the young man from Antwerp gives it to Riddlespringer. 15-8 UNLV. Riddlespringer substituting tonight for Todd Bernard. Throws to Hooker. Bank try is in and out. Tough shot. Followed by Carl Ray Harris is good underneath. So 15-10 in favor of the Run Rebels. Both teams are hot early.
Quick pace tempo right here.
Anderson Hunt with it out high to Ogman. Ogman will shoot for 3. That's too long. Ackles went in, got away with over the back foul. Collision in the corner. Johnson saves it to Hunt. Anderson for 3 on the rim. Colson's all over the officials. Lambrecht's got a Bulldog rebound. Knocked away. Comes to Ogman. He feeds Johnson. Overthrew him underneath. Trying for an alley-oop. Here's Barnett back into the corner. Wilbert Hooker from the baseline. His jumper, no good. Another Ogman rebound. No outlet pass. He gives to Anthony. Anthony hurries it up with the Rebels 5 points ahead. Bounce pass down low, Larry Johnson against Lambrecht. Turns him in, goes baseline right. Did he step out of bounds? Player control foul, Larry Johnson, says Bill Kennedy.
Tell you what, we've got a little NBA call right here. Got Larry with the hook right here. There you see Larry trying to drive baseline with the hook. Use the arm. They'll call that one next year on him in the NBA, too.
From the ball out of bounds to Fresno State, much to the dismay of Jerry Tarkanian, who's going to send Everett Gray into the lineup for the first time tonight for the Rebels.
For the most part, the Big West officials have really been letting them play, which is a good sign.
If you're wondering who will officiate the UNLV-Arkansas game on Sunday, they will be 3 Big East officials.
Which I think is very good.
Yeah. All right, Hooker with the ball. Down low to Riddlespringer. Jump shot over Everett Gray. No good. Barnett and Anthony fight for it. There's a collision in the lane, and a foul will be called on Carl Ray Harris of Fresno State. His first, the team's third.
You see the rebound. Barnett keeping the ball alive for Fresno, but Carl Ray Harris over the back.
On the scoreboard, 4th-ranked Indiana crushed Northwestern tonight, 105 to 74. An upset brewed in the first half in Los Angeles. USC leading 5th-ranked Arizona, 28 to 16.
A lot of time left in that game.
Everett Gray at the foul line, bounce pass to Ogman, knocked away. Blindside deflection by Harris, comes back to Stacy. He gives to Anderson Hunt into the left baseline area. The Spencer who's in the game, out to Anthony for a three-pointer in there.
Well, that's big-time basketball right there. Great outlet by Elmore. Good inside-out action.
Anthony's second three-pointer of the ball game. He has 8 points tonight, and the Rebels have an 18-10 lead. 13.5 minutes to go in the first half. Ross Porter and Denny O'Bannick on our simulcast tonight out of the Thomas and Knox Center in Las Vegas. Here's Hooker winding through traffic. His shot offline. Deflected to Hooker underneath. Comes out on the other side. His shot blocked by Spencer. Elmore gets it back. Swings it down court to Hunt. Hunt 3-on-1. Lob to Gray. Gray to go back and get it. Pump fakes and gets foul going up.
Boy, give Elmore Spencer a lot of credit for keeping that ball alive for the Rebels. Gave them another offensive possession.
Carl Ray Harris with his second foul of the ball game.
Lucy Elmore getting the block, a clean block, and has great court awareness to get the advance the ball down court.
Spencer had 3 blocks in 10 seconds here Sunday against Rutgers.
It's amazing. Rutgers goes on the road and beats Rhode Island. Probably happy to get out of the Thomas and Mack.
They were 11 points behind at halftime in that game, didn't they?
You know, Tark didn't think the Rutgers team was all that bad.
No, when you hit 74% of your shots in the second half as the Rebels did, I can see why.
There's a lot of teams coming here.
Everett Gray, not a good free throw shooter. Proves it. He's only 63% on the year. In the second half, 6th-rated Duke ahead of 11th-ranked Virginia, 72 to 60. Gray makes the second free throw. So UNLV leading 19 to 10. That's been the biggest lead of the night. Sammy Lindsay in the game for Fresno. Gives it up to Barnett. Pass under off Lambrecht and out of bounds.
That was a real good bounce pass right there by Barnett. Lambrecht just didn't handle it.
12th-rated Southern Mississippi was a winner over Virginia Tech, 91-79. And in the second meeting in 2 nights, North Carolina turned the tables of North Carolina State, winning 92 to 70. State had won last night. Anderson Hunt three-pointer. No good for the Rebels. It comes to Gray in the lane, and Barnett got him on the wrist. So Dave Barnett draws his first foul. That'll be 16 fouls on Fresno, and the Rebels have 3. Gary Colson, in his 30th year as a major college head coach, spent 10 seasons at Valdosta State, 11 at Pepperdine, 8 at New Mexico, and was an assistant at Cal when he got the Fresno State job.
Boy, Anderson Hunt knocking down to 3 off the out-of-bounds play.
So it's now 22 to 10, the first points of the night for Hunt. The only non-senior in the Rebel starting lineup. Loose ball, Spencer comes up, gives to Anthony, down to Gray. Gray drives in, and Will Hooker went up and blocked it out of bounds. No foul.
Once again, the Rebels on the break, and nice, excellent play by Wilbert Hooker. Good athletic play.
Hooker's a versatile player. He can play inside or outside, being used on the wing this year. Here's Ogman to Anthony. Anthony over to Hunt in the air for another three-pointer on the rim. Elmore Spencer's got an offensive carry for the Rebels. Knock loose, comes to Anthony. He dribbles across the lane, back to Anderson. Lob down low to Elmore, and as Spencer went in, Lambrecht hit him in the back.
It was a good pass by Anderson Hunt. Really threw to the open side of Elmore.
That should be free throw time. Let's see what that is, 6 or 7 team fouls. Ogman's going to leave and Larry Johnson back on the floor. There's only 16 fouls on Fresno. So the ball go out of bounds to UNLV. Everett Gray left alone out of the corner. He shot around, didn't go in. The tip by Johnson, no good. It comes over to Anthony, and the Rebels keep the ball, lead by 12. Everett Gray out of Bloomington, California to Elmore Spencer. Back to Anthony. Down low, bounce pass. Here's Larry leaning in. Makes a three-footer.
That's excellent half-court basketball. What a pretty dish by Greg Anthony.
9 for Larry Johnson. The Rebels have scored the last 9 for a 14-point lead, 24-10. Bringing the ball up, Doug Harris, a 6-foot freshman out of Tempe, Arizona. Here's a steal by Larry Johnson. Out to Hunt. Anderson all the way. Layup no good. He was fouled underneath by Sammy Lindsay. And the Rebels now threaten to blow it open.
I'll tell you what. There you see the Rebels playing the passing lanes again. Nice steal by Larry. Good little flip to Anderson. The proper play here. Anderson should dish it back to Larry for the dunk. Doesn't see him coming.
UCLA leading Arizona State 15-12 early. Irvine and Long Beach State 16-16. And again, it's considered a toss-up. Anderson Hunt, who rarely goes to the free throw line, puts up the first of 2, needs a bounce and got the bounce. That's only the 14th free throw attempt this year for Anderson, and he's made 11.
I think him and Travis Spicer are having a contest. He goes to the free throw line.
What was a 15-10 game is now 25-10 UNLV, and Anderson also drilled a second. Timeout. 11:32 to go in the first half. UNLV 26, Fresno State 10. We'll be back in a minute.
So I said, lease? You're telling me that I should lease the Mercedes?
He loved the car, but he was completely in the dark about leasing.
I said, I'm going to take a lot of convincing.
So I sat him down, and I told him about our special leasing program. Since the new leasing payments on most 1991 cars are now surprisingly affordable.
It was starting to make sense.
Leasing a Mercedes could actually cost you less than you ever thought possible.
Leasing. These days it does make a lot of sense.
If you like the old Iron Horse, voted #1 by locals for the best breakfast specials as well as exceptional values for lunch and dinner, then you're going to love the all-new Iron Horse Cafe. Same great specials, a totally new restaurant, and an expanded menu that goes all the way to China. Featuring authentic Chinese cuisine served from lunch to late night. The 24-hour Iron Horse Cafe.
The Palace Station. Play the favorite.
World-class quality, best-in-class value. From Las Vegas's #1 Ford dealer. Surprise! Quality doesn't cost more this year. With the all-new 91 Ford Escort, you get style, fuel efficiency, and a long list of new standard features. Choose from the sporty GT, the roomy LX, or this economical pony starting at just $149 per month for only 24 months. We've got nearly 100 all-new Escorts, the world's best-selling car, in stock right now. So get them while they're hot at Gaudin Ford and Import Center, 2121 East 6.
UNLV has outscored Fresno State 18-2 and 24-4. Typical Rebel basketball.
Well, it really is. See the run of 24-4 and 11 zip in 2 minutes flat.
Bulldogs have it down 26-10. Fresno only has 4 field goals, and we played almost 9 minutes.
Having a tough time even getting a shot off.
Gary Colson was telling Denny me before the game tonight, he's never seen a better college team defensively than this UNLV squad.
You know what's scary is the Rebels have always been suspect offensively. Now they're a great half-court team.
Lindsay's shot is knocked and rejected away by the Rebels, and it comes to Anderson Hunt.
Well, great block by Elmore.
Johnson to Everett Gray, into the corner to Anderson Hunt. Tried to front Spencer with Lindsay. They get the ball to Elmore anyway. He turns, and a 7-foot jump shot's around and out, rebounded by Riddlespringer. 10:40 to go in the half, 26-10, UNLV. Arkansas won earlier tonight at Houston, but it wasn't easy. The final was 81-74, and there's another turnover on Fresno as Carl Ray Harris couldn't handle the pass.
Jerry's in the zone after the timeout last 2 trips.
Bringing the ball up, Anthony hurries it into the corner to Hunt. Underneath to Larry Johnson. Pump fake, put it up, blocked. Larry goes down, the ball stripped away from him by Wilbert Hooker. Here comes Fresno back, 2-on-3. To the lane. Harris misses the shot. Riddlespringer's there for the follow. It's no good. Lindsay's follow is good.
Fresno really battling on offensive boards.
Bulldogs get off of 10. Went from 15 to 10, 26 in. Gray back out to Anthony. Under the basket, Elmore wide open for a dunk.
And a pretty good look by Greg.
Beautifully done. Elmore's first two, 28-12 running Rebels. Rebels has hit a little over half of their shots. Fresno under 30%. Carl Ray Harris had the ball taken away by Hunt. He lobs it to Anthony. Against Harris all the way, and Greg got hammered, went down, no foul. Greg broke his jaw against Fresno here last year. The fans booing the officials for the no call. Here's a pass under to Hooker. He's going to go in and shoot, but he's traveling before he got it up. Oh, there's been a lot of contact tonight with no whistles.
I'll tell you what, Russ, it's good to see the Big West officials let them play a little bit.
I'll say they're letting them play.
A little shuffle pass to Hooker. There you see him drag the foot.
All right, Stacy Ogman back on the floor. Rebels are going to rest Anthony and Hunt. They're going to have H. Wallman come in. Wallman playing outside with Gray. Average dribbling, left of the lane, hangs for a bank. It is around and no good, but he was fouled. So you got Wallman, Gray, Spencer, Ogman, and Johnson on the floor for UNLV. Rebels' next home game will be a week from tonight against UC Santa Barbara. And New Mexico State will be here a week from Saturday night for a 9 o'clock game.
New Mexico State keeps winning the close ones, don't they?
Yes,
Neil
they
McCarthy doing a fine job down there.
Avery Gray back to the free throw line. And again, his free throw is too long. Fresno State led 6-2. We were tied at 8. And since then, the Rebels have been in command. Gray makes the second free throw, and it's 29-12 UNLV. Taylor outside to Barnett. To Harris, back to Barnett. Here's a jump shot by Harris, in there for 3 points. He's got 7 points, and it's 29-15 UNLV, and a ball knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. To repeat, Todd Bernard didn't even come to the Thomas & Mack Center tonight. He's back in the Las Vegas hotel with a stomach flu. Here's a young man who's had 21 points or more, 11 of his last 13 games, averaging 21 this year. Here's Ogman missing from close range for the Rebels. Fresno State rebounds. Barnett up to Harris. Fans thought Carl Ray traveled. The officials didn't. Taylor to Barnett. Back to Harris. Rebels showing their amoeba zone, the 1-1-3.
10-minute mark.
Bill Mulligan, the Irvine coach, said if the Rebels play the amoeba at Arkansas, they might get in trouble. All right, here's Johnson rebounded a miss for the Rebels to H. Wallman. He gives to Ogman, and there was contact in the lane. Might be Carl Ray Harris' third foul. I believe it is. Nope, they're going to call it on to Sammy Taylor. Sammy Taylor it is. 9 team fouls on the Bulldogs. Only 3 fouls on UNLV. Rebels have done a pretty good job this year staying out of foul trouble.
Well, they really have. You know, Jerry really, that was the point of emphasis this year for Jerry. Early season practice.
Especially George Ackles.
Right. George never was around at all the first year he played.
Right. 2 seasons ago. H. Wallman, the only freshman of the Rebels this year, out of Clark High in Las Vegas. Swings the free throw up, misses it, but Elmore Spencer's there. He follows. Bank is in there. 2 points better than 1 anytime, huh?
That's right.
4 for Spencer, the 7-footer out of Atlanta. 31-15 UNLV, 8:19 to go in the first half. Ross Porter and Denny Hovanek with you. We're on radio and television tonight. Thank you for joining us. Dick J. Manugian, our executive producer on television. Here's a steal by Larry Johnson. 3-on-1 fast break. Ogman to Johnson to Wallman. Back in the middle, Ogman lay up and in.
So you see the unselfish basketball by the Rebels. Yeah, 2 All-Americans with the young freshman. Freshman gave it up.
Ogman's first field goal of the night makes it 33-15 UNLV.
It's a pleasure to watch this Rebel team play, Ross.
Here's a shot outside, missed by Barnett. Larry Johnson rebounds ahead to Ogman. Ogman alley-oop. Avery Gray missed the shot. Nice try. Ball knocked out to Carl Ray Harris along the sideline. And H. Wallman fouled him over there, or did he? No, he forced him out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
All right, Anderson Hunt's going to go back in when he can for the Rebels. But first, we're going to have a timeout. 7:38 to go in the first half in Las Vegas. UNLV 33, Fresno State 15. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Wilden. At Wilden's Pride Dodge, we're slashing prices during our 3rd anniversary sale. Select this 1991 Shadow America, the lowest priced American car, for just $74.98. This 4091 Spirit for only $96.50, or truly one of America's most luxurious cars, the 91 Dodge Dynasty for $11,788. All are equipped with driver's airbags. Come see us at Wilden's Pride Dodge. You'll be glad you did.
At Pride Dodge. At Pride Dodge.
unforgettable moments. It doesn't take a special occasion to make an occasion special. The Steakhouse, quietly nestled in the heart of Circus Circus.
Gary Martin, President, Nevada Copy Systems.
Nevada is many things to many people, but for those of us who call Nevada home, there's a strong sense of community pride. Whether it's the running Rebels in Las Vegas or the resurgence of Reno's spirit, but mostly Nevada is people, decent, hardworking people who know there's a right way to do business. We're proud to be part of the Nevada business community.
Call Nevada Copy Systems, the authority in office technology.
Call 736-COPY.
This game was once tied at 8. Since then, the Rebels have outscored Fresno State 25-7. And so with 7:38 to go in the half, the Rebels with an 18-point lead. They've got the ball. UNLV hitting 50% from the field. Fresno State 29%. Here's Larry Johnson. Pump faking, double team, baseline left. Put it up, scores, foul.
It's an All-American move.
The Rebel lead is 20 as Johnson in trouble, just kept faking.
You see Larry finally got Dimitri Lambert up in the air, drew the foul. Good concentration by Larry. That's a real tough shot right there down low.
For Dimitri Lambert, the 6'9" sophomore center, that's his third foul. He'll have to go out. 3 turnovers on the Rebels, 12 on Fresno State.
Boy, a real stat is 29% for Fresno in the field goal percentage.
And Larry Johnson sinks his first free throw of the night, and that is third attempt. He's got 12 points, and the Rebels enjoy a 36-15 cushion.
Well, as I've said before, it's the one stat does not lie. Field goal shooting percentage by the opponent.
Dave Barnett over to Harris, driving in. Blocked by Johnson. Sammy Lindsay's follow. No good. They battle for it underneath. Contact. The foul in the lane. They'll call it on UNLV. H. Wallman was in there with George Ackles, and one of them got the foul. It's going to be H.
That should be H. Wallman on a little push-off right here.
That's his first foul of the night. Fresno State in the preseason polls, the Big West coaches, and in the media, was chosen 7th in this 10-team conference. Right now they're 5 and 6 in the league. Jerry Tarkanian didn't like the last call. He's got to like the fact his team's only allowed 15 points in about 13 minutes. Inbounds pass to Hooker. Hooker double team by Ogman to Wallman. Wallman tipped it to Ackles. The ball to Hunt, lost momentarily, but H gets it back to the Rebels. Up to Anderson. Hunt into the corner to Johnson. Larry underneath to Ogman. Pump fake, spins, misses the shot. Tip no good. Ackles gets it back, puts it up, scores.
And a real pretty baseline cut by Stacey Ogman to get that ball down low.
Wow. 38-15. The Rebels on another run. 9-0 in this burst. They had one earlier, 11-0. Here's Harris for 3. He didn't hit the iron. Comes over to Lindsay. Out to Barnett. His 26-footer. No good. Ackles up. And Harris knocked it out of George's hands out of bounds.
UNLV gets complete control.
When the Rebels go into Fayetteville Sunday, they'll take with them a school record 21 straight road game victories. But Arkansas is winning a lot at home, too.
Come on, guys. We're still playing Fresno here. Don't get ahead of ourselves.
6:20 to go. 38-15 in favor of UNLV. Larry Johnson, left-handed dribble through the lane, brings it out to Wallman. Deflected. H has got it. Baseline jumper from 12 is in there.
See the defense collapse on the interior on Larry and kicked it out to the nice boost by H.
Here's Pat Riddlespringer driving in and missing Ackles with a Rebel rebound to Wallman. H cross courts to Larry. Johnson puts a move on. Now guns it outside. Here's Hunt for 3. Good!
They make it look easy, don't they?
Wow. Do you realize it was 15-10 at one time? Now it's 43-15. Here's a miss for the Bulldogs. Another Larry Johnson rebound. 5:40 to go in the half.
Every shot is being contested by UNLV. He's doing an excellent job defensively.
Larry fakes three-pointer. Riddlespringer's on him. Johnson lobs to Ogman. Ogman heads for the lane. Hooker hit him as he went in. Fresno State has 6 field goals, and we played 14.5 minutes.
Seeing some remarkable basketball, especially on the defensive end by UNLV.
Gary Colson is one of the Rebels' biggest boosters. He told Tark before the game tonight, good luck Sunday.
It's good to see Big West coaches getting together on something.
Carl Ray Harris leaves the game for Fresno. Travis Bice on for the first time tonight for UNLV, and here's Ogman back to the foul line. Stacy's free throw is good for his 4th point. Larry Johnson's had 12, Ackles 4, Anthony 8, Hunt's had 8, Spencer 4, Gray 2, Wallman 2. For a 30-point lead, and Ogman makes the second free throw. 45-15 Rebels.
Well, at least Fresno will make their flight. It's a quick-paced game. They have a flight out tonight to L.A. at 11:30.
Fresno State won 3 in a row all at home to get to 10-10. They won only 10 games all last year. Barnett out of the corner for 3. That's in there. Dave Barnett, who had 6 3-pointers against the Rebels at Fresno, makes it a 45-18 ball game. Anthony brings the ball back. Hunt's on the bench. Comes to Bice. Travis working outside against Barnett. Over to Ogman in the right wing area. They sag off of him. He goes baseline right. Knocked away by Hooker. Stacy gets it back. Outside to Travis. Into the corner to Anthony. Colson said they dared Ogman shoot outside of Fresno, and he burned him a couple of times. Here's a fadeaway no good by Anthony. Rebounded by Fresno State. Bringing the ball back is Doug Harris. Leaves it outside. Jump shot by Hooker for 3 is good.
That's one of the few uncontested jumpers you'll see, and that came off the break.
That's 43 3-point baskets for Will Hooker. Fresno gets 6 straight points, and they're still down by 25. All right, here's Anthony out to Bice. Bice coming off the left of the lane, brings it out to Larry Johnson. Guarded by Sammy Lindsay now. Over to Anthony, our simulcast. Down low to Ogman, right of the lane against Hooker. Takes him in the lane. His shot, a bank is in.
Boy, it's real good basketball right there.
47-21 in favor of UNLV. Here's Hooker for another 3-pointer. It's in there. He's a fine shooter.
Well, yeah, once he gets the rhythm, he can knock
8
it down.
points for Hooker. And at the other end, Ackles goes in and dunks for UNLV.
Great court awareness by Greg Anthony.
25-point Rebel lead. 3:43 to go before intermission. Rebels showing their zone. Figure they'll use that a lot Sunday or not.
You may see it depending how the game goes.
Barnett over to Hooker in front of Tarkanian. Back to Barnett in the lane to Lindsay. Kicked the ball loose. And we got a foul call underneath, I think, on Larry Johnson.
They play zone in Arkansas. I'm sure they'll know where Todd Day is at all times.
Yeah. Larry Johnson's 3rd foul, and he'll go to the bench. When Arkansas came in here last year, we'll talk about that when we come back. We've got a timeout, 3:25 to go in the half. UNLV 49, Fresno State 24. We'll be back in a minute.
Years ago, gold was only $161 an ounce. 8 years ago, a Janisaro was only $6,000. 3 years ago, a New York penthouse was only $1 million. And this year, a Lexus ES250 is only $21,300. Visit Fletcher Jones Lexus while opportunity is still knocking.
A reputation you could ride on Big O tires.
Big O gives you one of the toughest tire warranties around. You get a flat, we fix it. And if we can't fix it, you get a new tire. It's that simple. We'll rotate your tires every 5,000 miles, and when they need to be rebalanced, we'll do it. And it's free for the life of your Big O tires. That's Big O.
A reputation you could ride.
5 Las Vegas locations to serve you.
8 years ago, Arco made the changes you wanted. Quality gasoline at low prices, 24-hour service, convenient locations throughout the Las Vegas Valley, and products that offer the best value for your money. 8 years later, we haven't changed. Southern Nevadans still benefit from Arco's long-standing policy of customer satisfaction. Arco, making life easier for Southern Nevada.
But there's another superstar in Las Vegas that always ranks #1, the magnificent Las Vegas Hilton, the world's most exciting resort hotel, where you'll find more than 3,000 luxurious rooms and suites. For reservations, call toll-free 800-732-7117 or 800-HILTON. As Fresno State inbounds the ball, the Rebels tap it out of bounds. 3:20 to go in the half. The Running Rebels leading 49-24. I'm Ross Porter with Denny Hovanek. Mitch Halpern is our remote producer engineer on radio tonight. Howard Zuckerman, our television director tonight. Don Jacobs, our producer. Paul Hogat, our stage manager. And a pass underneath results in a jump ball between Stacy Ogman and Pat Riddlespringer. And the Dogs will keep it.
That's a tough play right there. Doug Harris tried to lob in. You have Elmore Spencer and George Ackles, and two better jumpers in the league. Tough play to complete.
Rebels again tore it from the field tonight. They made 56% of their shots to 30% for Fresno State. Number 30, Hooker in close position for the Bulldogs. Ackles rebounds, gives to Anthony. Anthony up to Ogman, stepping in from the left side. Behind the back all the way. Lay it in. Crowd love that one.
Well, I'm just sitting here shaking my head. It's great basketball. Great block by Elmore Spencer.
Here come the Rebels again with the basketball and a 27-point lead. Anthony around his man. Underneath the basket, the Spencer loses it. Comes to Riddlespringer of Fresno State.
That was a good pass by
Yes,
Greg.
it was. Elmore wasn't ready for it. Here's Hooker going through traffic. Bice fouled him.
We see the replay. See Wilbur Hooker driving the lane. Should have been a no call right there. The Big West officials been letting him play today, and they called that one a little early. Stacey Ogden with a great athletic ability right there.
Stacy now with 9 points in the first half. Here's Hooker at the foul line and gets a bounce and rolls in his 9th point. He had 24 against the Rebels at Fresno this year. He's made 26 in his last 28, and now you can add one more to his free throw total in recent games. Makes the second. 51-26. Rebels go to the wire in this half with Spencer, Anthony, Ackles, Bice, and Ogman. Johnson on the bench with 3 fouls. That could be a key at Fayetteville. Can Larry stay out of foul trouble? Here's Spencer's jump hook and air ball. Ackles saves it for UNLV. Back to Anthony. Anthony back to George. Through the lane. Goes in the air. And the ball knocked away. Comes back on the fly off the hand of Ogman out of bounds. As I was about to say before we went to the break last time, Denny, when Arkansas came in here a year ago in December, they led the Rebels at half 48-44. UNLV came back and won the game. 101-93. Anderson Hunt had a big day, 28 points.
That was a close game for the most part.
It was a very close game, but the thing that surprised me about that game as I look back on it, first Hooker shot from outside for 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, Carl Ray Harris follows for Fresno and makes a 2-pointer. What surprised me when they played Arkansas last year, Larry Johnson only got 6 shots in the ball game. All right, here's Ackles leaving it outside the Travis Bice. Ogman lobs low to Spencer. He's double teamed. Gets the ball back under. Backs it up. Scores. He's fouled. The basket will count.
Well, it's a great pass by Stacey Ogman. Let Elmore go up and get that one. Excellent.
That makes it 53-28 in favor of UNLV.
There you see Stacey creating a great passing angle for himself. And good ball by Elmore. Way to stay with him.
Larry Spencer had 12 points against Arkansas last season, but he only played 21 minutes in that game. Hunt had 6 3-point baskets. Anthony had 20 points and 11 assists against Arkansas, and Stacy Ogman had 19 points.
Arkansas a little tested tonight.
The first half was very surprising. Houston out-rebounded the Razorbacks 21-9.
That was very uncharacteristic.
Spencer sinks the free throw for his 7th point, hikes the Rebel lead to 26 at 54-28. Here's Dave Barnett, 3-pointer for Fresno. Looks good, but it's around off the top of the court. No good. Spencer up high for a rebound. He's playing better every game.
It really is.
Up to Anthony in a hurry. Leaves it for Ackles. Ackles turning in. One-handed. Gives the ball over to Anthony. Out to Everett Gray, who's back in the game. Everett bounce pass to Spencer. Turnaround jump shot from 12. Good.
Tell you what, give Greg Anthony a lot of credit for getting his team into their half-court set.
1 minute to go in the first half. 56-28 in favor of number 1 ranked UNLV. Here's a Carl Ray Harris shot, no good. Rebounded by Greg Anthony of the Rebels. He throws it up in front court to Bice. Travis's 3-pointer. Good!
The Rebels are officially on all cylinders this half.
That was about a 27-footer, wasn't it?
Good pull-up.
40 seconds to go in the half. 59-28 UNLV. The Rebels have been installed as 3.5-point favorites to beat Arkansas on Sunday at Fayetteville. Here's the ball knocked out of bounds. Touched last by UNLV.
Well, if I can't impress to our viewers how well a job Greg Anthony's done at the point guard position for this ball club.
Did you ever see Tart talking to fans?
Yeah, when Bill Cosby's behind the bench.
I guess. I don't think Jerry will be talking to too many people down in Fayetteville, though, behind the bench, will he?
No.
Rebels only have 70 tickets for that game in an arena that seats 9,000. When Arkansas came in here last year, the UNLV athletic department supplied them with about 240 tickets.
Barnhill only seats 9,000. I'm going to give you a little play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, right? Always.
Yeah. We had a foul called on the Rebels, Everett Gray. That'll be his first. That's team foul 7. So it'll be a 1-and-1 now for Sammy Lindsay, who's only made 6 out of his 14 free throws this year. That one's no good. Rebounded by Spencer. Rebels can wait for the last shot if they desire. 23 seconds to go in the half, and the lead is 31 points.
You know, Fresno finally getting into 1-on-1. You can tell the officials let the teams play. Good to see.
The average Rebel lead at halftime this year has been 17 points. 10 seconds to go. Anthony to Gray. Three-pointer. Flat and no good. Over in the corner and out of bounds to Fresno with still 5 seconds remaining. Fresno State led 6-2. We were tied at 8, and then bombs away for the Rebels. Here's Hooker shooting ahead of the buzzer, and he missed it. And that's the end of the first half of the Thomas and Mack Center. UNLV 59, Fresno State 28. We'll be back with our halftime festivities.
Now, if you want a Mercedes, it's like I told the salesman. You gotta look at everything, not just performance.
I think this guy had motor oil in his veins.
There's your depreciation, insurance, upkeep. Gotta know the resale value.
He was reciting the brochure from memory.
Above all, safety.
Finally, I tell him about our special 1991 S-Class leasing program. Payments are extremely competitive. His jaw drops. He really didn't know.
It's like I tell my son, it's not what you spend, it's what you hold on to.
You don't have to wait in line to open a new checking or savings account anymore. Because 24 hours a day, Security Pacific lets you use these lines. Introducing Simply Better Checking. Security Pacific, simply better.
Good. Now this band represents
The finest medical skill and experience. A higher technology. And a passion for personal caring is good healthcare. And healthcare this good is easy to find at Valley Hospital.
When the Runner Rebels played at Fresno State about 4 weeks ago, they scored 66 points in the first half that night. Tonight, they got 59 at home against the same Bulldogs, but this evening they got a 31-point lead, and they played outstanding basketball since falling behind early 6-2. Well, we're happy to have Fred Walter from the Las Vegas Visitors and Convention Authority joining us tonight. And Fred, as a basketball fan, you've got to appreciate this Runner Rebel team, don't you?
This is fantastic. As a basketball fan, I don't think you're going to see it any better anywhere else in the country.
Fred, of course, we're all concerned about our troops in the Persian Gulf, and you know, you hear a lot of people say, well, with the crisis going on, it's really hurt travel. Have you seen it affect business here in Las Vegas the last month?
Well, actually, we've been fortunate in that 2 of our strongest markets are in Arizona and Southern California. And quite honestly, Ross, we've seen an increase in our drive-in traffic over the last couple of weeks. And that's primarily due to the fact that I think those people that live in Southern California and Arizona treat us like we're in their own backyard, and they feel comfortable coming up here.
Why is it a good time to come to Las Vegas, Fred?
Well, actually, it's one of the best times to come to Las Vegas right now, because typically this time of the year is slower from a convention standpoint, and that causes the hotels to put on some special rates. The airlines are offering some fantastic rates of flying to Las Vegas. And even the cost of gas has decreased over the last couple of weeks. So the advantages are there to come and travel and take advantage of the rates and just enjoy the 24-hour fun we have here.
Fred Walters, our guest. We'll have some more questions for you when we come back. We're at halftime, and #1 ranked UNLV with a big lead over Fresno State, 59-28.
Tough Chevy trucks, rugged to the max and with better fuel economy than Ford or Dodge. Right now, Fletcher Jones Chevrolet Geo has tough Chevy extra cab trucks. Special purchase price at only $12,499 or just $198 per month. Special $500 truck rebates and financing as low as 7.9%. Drive home in your tough Chevy extra cab truck now at only $12,499. Only at Fletcher Jones Chevrolet Geo, the #1 volume Chevrolet dealer in Nevada for the past 25 years on Decatur and Alta.
You go first.
No, you.
Okay,
Okay, like, they're totally gross, and I hate the music.
Hate it.
I mean, they don't play Madonna.
They don't play Madonna.
Or New Kids on the Block.
They're just gross.
I mean, none of our friends listen to it.
No, wait,
Comp 92.3, the rock of Las Vegas. It's not for everybody.
World-class quality, best-in-class value. From Las Vegas's #1 Ford dealer. Surprise! Quality doesn't cost more this year. With the all-new 91 Ford Escort, you get style, fuel efficiency, and a long list of new standard features. Choose from the sporty GT, the roomy LX, or this economical pony starting at just $149 per month for only 24 months. We've got nearly 100 all-new Escorts, the world's best-selling car, in stock right now. So get them while they're hot at Gaudin Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara.
At Plant World, you'd expect to find plants, and you do, beautiful, healthy, hardy plants. But you'll also find the largest variety of indoor and outdoor plant material, and the continual savings on all gardening supplies. Plant World even has a Senior Citizens Day every Wednesday, when seniors can save an additional 10% on all non-sale items. Plant World has been making gardening easier for Las Vegans for over 23 years. So when you're looking for quality, service, and selection, shop Plant World, 2 locations, and discover the value of high quality.
Tonight's game was an 8-8 tie, 3 minutes into it, and since then UNLV's outscored Fresno State 51-20. We're chatting with Fred Walter of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. And one thing that I understand got a big lift over here, Fred, was the fact that one of the strip hotels put a giant yellow ribbon on one of the towers the other day to support the troops in the Gulf.
That's true. This city, Las Vegas, it's really heartwarming because Las Vegas is such a patriotic town. As you know, one of the largest Air Force bases in the country is situated here, Nellis Air Force Base. And the entire community has come out now to support not only the men from Nellis, but the entire coalition forces over there. And you see it on our billboards, on our hotel marquees, and you just hear it in the conversation of all of the Las Vegans that you meet. As you know, Nevada, the state of Nevada, the slogan is Battle Born, and we stand behind our troops.
And, of course, they had a large American flag here tonight. Marilyn McCoo sang the national anthem. Got a tremendous ovation.
Tremendous ovation. It's heartwarming, again, to know that the national anthem has taken on such new meaning over the last few weeks.
Fred, I saw some figures released recently that show that Las Vegas and the state of Nevada have to be among the top states in the country when it comes to population increase.
That's correct. During the year 1990, we were averaging between 4,000 and 6,000 families a month moving to the state of Nevada. So we are the fastest growing state, and Las Vegas is the fastest growing city in the nation right now.
Fred, thanks so much for coming by to see us. Great to see you, and I know you'll be pulling for the Rebels in the second half and also Sunday at Arkansas.
Very true. It's always good to see you, Ross.
Okay.
Glad to be here.
Fred Walter from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, our guest. The Rebels lead by 31 over Fresno State at the break, and we'll be back and get ready for the second.
Are they normal? No. From what I've seen and heard, they're anything but normal. In fact, they exhibit a certain disrespect for normalcy, if I may use that term, and they also display elements of hostility and psychosis. If it were my call, they'd be institutionalized immediately.
Comp 92.3. It's not for everybody.
Remember when food was really fun? It's Carnival month at the Carnival Buffet. Bountiful buffet breakfast just $2.95. Buffet lunch $3.95. Prime rib dinner buffet $6.95. Introducing Sunday Rib Night Buffet. Beef, pork, veal ribs, all you can eat for just $6.95. And during Carnival, look for Rio Rita every day. Beginning at 8 a.m., you can win free cash and prizes. It's Rio's Carnival, food, fun, and prizes.
When you're in 3rd grade and have a chance to meet and talk to the national champion running rebels, what could be better? That's what the Horseshoe Stars is all about. It's a special program created by Dr. Lois Tarkanian and sponsored by the Binion family. It encourages Las Vegas 3rd graders to study, to stay in school, stay off drugs, and stay out of youth gangs. It gives them direct access to the running rebels as role models and friends. Great stuff for any 3rd grader.
I'm Chad Weldon at Weldon's Pride Dodge, where we're slashing prices during our 3rd anniversary sale. 91 Dakota. Only Dodge gives you a choice of 4, 6, or 8-cylinder engines. Now only $77.40. 91 Dodge Ram Tough 4x4 pickup. Priced at $11,393. 91 Dodge conversion van, loaded for family fun. Only $15,992. Come ride with pride and save. You'll be glad you did.
At Pride Dodge. At Pride Dodge.
UNLV had 9 men score in the first half tonight, led by Larry Johnson with 12 points. Stacy Ogman and Elmore Spencer each had 9 in the ball game. 8 apiece for the guards, Greg Anthony and Anderson Hunt. 6 for George Ackles, 3 for Travis Bice, and 2 apiece for Everett Gray and for H. Wallman. For Fresno State, they had only 10 field goals in the first half. 5 of them were three-pointers, and Wilbert Hooker led the Bulldogs with 10 points, 9 for Carl Ray Harris. Denny's just back from the Rebel dressing room, and when you're 31 points ahead as a Rebel coach, what can you say to the troops?
Well, you know, as soon as the team walked in, Jerry said, nice job, man. He was really happy with the way they did, especially offensively and defensively. They really worked hard.
All right, let's look ahead to Sunday and the big matchup at Fayetteville. Number 1, UNLV. Number 2, Arkansas. Is that going to be a ball game where the winning team is in the 90s, you think?
Boy, obviously it'll be a very up-tempo game. Arkansas likes the full court press the whole way. Rebels like to pick it up on the defensive end. So you're going to see a lot of offensive possessions, Ross.
All right, nobody has tried to press the Rebels any this year. Tark's going to work tomorrow night in Fayetteville. He'll work Saturday. Are they spending much time in the last few days working on press?
They really haven't that much. They're really prepared basically for their zone defense. They call the zone defense the amoeba zone defense. In fact, Jerry in the locker room at halftime said, this second half, we're going to work on our zone defense, get it ready for the big game on Sunday.
As I mentioned earlier tonight on our simulcast, Irvine's coach Bill Mulligan was quoted today as saying maybe the best thing UNLV could do for Arkansas is come out of that amoeba, the 1-1-3. We just wanted the UNLV to use the amoeba all night long against us.
Well, you know, sometimes there are a few open spots against us in the amoeba defense, but for the most part, the Rebels have been very, very effective in that defense this year.
UNLV has not really been pressed. They've been behind in the second half, a total of 35 seconds all year long. That was against Michigan State. I think they needed this test Sunday. The fact is, are they going to be prepared with all of these routes under their belts? Are they going to be ready for Arkansas?
I really think they will be. You know, they had an impressive win at Michigan State on the road. They did a good job at Louisville. And this team has really deserved their #1 ranking, Russ. This team will be definitely prepared Sunday.
You think that UNLV will mix up their defenses against Todd Day and Lee Mayberry and Orville Miller?
You know, definitely. I think, you know, Jerry does a great job of reading the defense and what's really going on in the game. He has a great feel for the game. If he needs to switch a defense, Jerry's capable of doing that, and more than likely, it's always the right decision.
All right, we'll be ready for the second half in a moment in Las Vegas. UNLV far ahead of Fresno State tonight, going for their 30th consecutive win, leading by 31, and we'll be back right after these words.
There's more to buying a Mercedes than just the car.
She loved the 300E, so we did the trade and put her in the silver one that afternoon.
I love it. I mean, how are they going to treat me after I buy the car?
Yeah, and I told her how easy routine maintenance was and how good our service people are.
Okay, but then the real test came. One Sunday night, we're on our way home.
Yeah, flat tire.
I call the 800 number. The roadside assistance guy comes out, puts on the spare, no charge. I could have kissed him.
Got running rebel fever burning up my mind. I got running rebel fever and it feels so fine. I don't need to see a doctor or stay in bed all day. The only thing I need is just to watch those rebels play. I got running rebel fever burning up my mind.
Over time, European cars have evolved into fine luxury automobiles. The Lexus LS400, however, achieved car and driver's highest customer satisfaction ratings ever in value, workmanship, and overall satisfaction in just its first year. So much for the theory of evolution. Test drive the LS400 at Fletcher Jones Lexus.
For a limited time only, when you come to a participating Chili's and buy any meal, you receive a Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, which lets you bring someone along free when flying on one of Southwest Airlines' full-fare round-trip tickets. What a deal! Just come into Chili's, enjoy a great meal, and get a Partner Pass, and take anyone you want on your next trip free, like your mom or your sister.
Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, only at Chili's.
Or your boss. You could take your boss.
In the first half tonight, the Runner Rebels take 58% of their field goal tries, 22 of 38, including 6 of 12 three-pointers. Larry Johnson made all 5 of his shots. Elmore Spencer went 4 for 6. Craig Anthony 3 for 5. George Eccles 3 for 4. Stacy Ockman 3 for 6. Anderson Hunt 2 for 7. For Fresno State, the Bulldogs made only 27% overall, 10 of 37, even though they managed to sink 5 of 12 three-pointers. Just another excellent defensive half for UNLV.
You know, Ross, I keep telling our viewers about the one stat that does not lie, the field goal percentage. There again, you see the Rebels holding their opponents at 27% in the first half. You know, a lot of teams have a good scoring average. They hold the ball for 40 out of the 45-second clock. Here you see the Rebels playing great scoring. It's just a tremendous scoring field goal percentage defense.
And other indicators, Denny, would include Fresno State turning the ball over 13 times, UNLV having 9 steals, 5 by Larry Johnson, and the Rebels blocking 7 shots.
You know, the Rebels convert so many opportunities when you turn the ball over. You know, a lot of times Fresno State's not even getting a shot off at the basket. But the Rebels defense is just doing a remarkable job.
Wilford Hooker put up 11 shots for Fresno in the first half, made 3. Carl Ray Harris went 4 for 10. Todd Bernard, who's been a hot shooter of late, not in there tonight for the Bulldogs, who came into the game 38-point underdogs, and that's before we knew Todd Bernard was not going to play.
Well, just amazing. You know, just the Rebels completely dominating the Big West.
We'll be on the air on KDWN and the Rebel Radio Network Sunday morning at 8:30 from Fayetteville with the pregame show prior to the game of the season. 9 o'clock in the morning, Las Vegas time, 11 o'clock in the morning over in Arkansas. You know, the pregame meal for the Rebels is scheduled for 7 a.m. on Sunday.
Is that before or after church?
That is subject to change, we are told, and we can see why. One thing, Denny, about that UNLV-Arkansas game here last year, the Rebels out-rebounded the Hogs 53-33, and that should be a key again this weekend.
You know, it really will be. Look at the front line of Arkansas has really improved with a couple of the additions they have.
All right, we go to the second half. The Rebels will go right to left across your dial if you're on radio. Well, this is Larry Johnson driving in, and he was fouled by Pat Riddlesbrigger as he tried to put it up and in. Second foul of the night on Riddlesbrigger. Rebels have been beating their opponents by an average of 31.7 points a game this year, and here they are 31 points ahead at halftime tonight. 2 shots coming for Larry Johnson. Larry, the top scorer in the ball game this evening, looks for his 13th and 14th points. Hesitates, puts it up, in, out, and spins around to the end.
Hit every spot of the rim there.
So the Rebels with a 60-28 lead. And Johnson, that's his 14th point. All right, Carl Ray Harris out to Dave Barnett. They open at guards to Will Hooker, Pat Riddlesbrigger, and Dimitri Lambrecht. The other regulars on the floor tonight for Fresno State with Bernard out.
You see the Rebels open up with their zone.
Lambrecht has it. Right of the lane, brings it out to Dave Barnett. Over to Hooker, to Harris. Lambrecht turn around, jump shot from the lane, no good. Tip around and no good. Battleboard, Ogman's got it for UNLV. Lob it ahead to Ackles. Ackles cross courts to Hunt. Hunt in front of the Rebel bench. Cross courts to Ogman in the left wing area to Larry Johnson. Driving through the lane, kick it out to Ogman. Ogman right-handed dribbles through the lane, shoots and makes a 12-footer.
Well, you know, 4 players took the basketball that time. Excellent ball movement by UNLV.
The Rebels by 35, 1 minute into the second half.
Russ, I can't explain enough how well the half-court offense is of the Rebels. That's one suspect spot in the years past. This year, this team is excellent.
Carl Ray Harris with a good move on, goes baseline left, misses the shot. Ackles slapped it out, and Ogman's got it for UNLV. 3-on-2 numbers to Hunt going in for a layup. Missed it. Johnson's got it, put it up underneath and scores.
Boy, it's a pretty bounce pass by Stacey Ogman. Anderson just couldn't convert.
Rebels scored the first 6 points of the second half to build a 65-28 lead, and Gary Colson just looking on across the way in admiration. Dave Barnett pump fake, shoots out of the corner, and buries a three-pointer. So Barnett with 9 points on 3 three-pointers, and it's 65-31. And the fans chant, Rebels, Rebels. Ogman with it outside, over to Anderson Hunt. Lob down low to Larry, left of the lane against Riddlespringer. Fadeaway jump, no good. Hooker's got the defensive rebound. Comes up 4-on-3, top of the circle, pulls up a long shot, no good. Larry Johnson looked like he went over the back. That'll be his 4th foul. Yep, but one thing Larry's going to have to watch at Fayetteville.
Boy, definitely. Riddlespringer really a nice positioning right here. Larry trying to go over the top.
Duke beat Virginia 86-74. Iowa surprised 25th ranked Michigan State 71-67. All right, Barnett out to Carl Ray Harris. Jump shot for 3, circles out. Tipped by Lambrecht, no good. Comes to Riddlespringer underneath. Pump fakes, puts it up, he misses. Ball's knocked loose underneath. Riddlespringer gets it back. His shot blocked by Ackles. George takes control. Had the ball knocked out of his hands out of bounds.
Rebels starting off a little slow right here.
George got hit in the nose. Checking to see if there's blood. Chark sitting back across the way enjoying things, thinking about the Ozarks.
I don't know if he's thinking about that.
17:39 to go. UNLV 65, Fresno State 31. Arkansas won at Houston tonight, snapping the Cougars' 18-game home court winning streak, 81-74. So Arkansas has won 20 in a row, and they're 23-1, waiting for the Running Rebels Sunday morning. George Ackles with it out high for UNLV. A pick set, it goes to Anthony. Back in the corner to Ogman. Ogman lob down low to Larry Johnson. In the lane, a good pass to Ackles, and he banks it in. Beautiful teamwork.
Boy, beautiful interior bounce pass by Larry.
67-31, driving in, Harris misses. Ogman had it and lost it to Lambrecht. He goes back under to Hooker. Hooker got fouled by George Ackles underneath.
It's so difficult for Fresno to try to get a second and third opportunity. Every shot is contested. Here's your Larry Johnson with a pretty bounce pass. That's the proper play right there. Good interior bounce pass by Larry. George for the easy deuce.
All right, Wilbur Hooker will have 2 free throws coming. At halftime, UC Irvine leading Long Beach State 35-28. Hooker looks for his 11th point of the night and makes it. He's had 2 games this year in which he's tallied 26. He had 24 against the Rebels at Fresno. He's never missed a free throw against UNLV. He's now 14 for 14 against them in 3 years.
Almost going to put it on him there, Ross.
67-33, about 30 minutes into the second half with Denny Hovanek. I'm Ross Porter. Anthony bounce pass to Johnson in the lane, pump fake, hangs for an 8-footer, around and out, followed by Ogman, no good. Comes over to Lambrecht. He gets it over to Dave Barnett up in the forecourt. Bounce pass to Riddlespringer. Another good pass to Carl Ray Harris, missed the shot. Larry tries to save it, throws it back to his buddy Ogman. Good save. Here's Ogman around Lambrecht all the way, done.
Let's give Larry Johnson excellent athletic play to keep that ball alive.
69-33 in favor of UNLV.
Clark having some fun.
Pat Riddlespringer to Dave Barnett. To Riddlespringer. Rebels scored 117 against this team at Fresno. Lambrecht in the corner. Way out to Hooker. Hooker dribbling, goes through traffic, puts it up. We got a foul call in UNLV. Stacy Ogman draws the foul.
You see Stacy Ogman finishing up Larry Johnson's great play on the other end. Another exclamation point for the Rebels.
Wilbert Hooker back to the line, sinks his 13th point. In his last 8 games, he's averaged almost 20 points a night for Fresno State.
Well, he really played well in the game up with Fresno.
Yes, he did. And Hooker makes another one. 69-35 in favor of number 1 ranked Running Rebels of UNLV. Hunt for 3. Too long. And 2 Fresno State Bulldogs go for it. Lambrecht and Riddlespringer, they knock it out of bounds.
Even though UNLV hasn't converted here, I'll tell you what, they run any offense they want right now. Doing an incredible job.
This is a small Fresno State team. When they have Todd Bernard starting, they've got 4 of the 5 starters who are 6'5" or under. So they've been out-rebounded in most of their games this year. Pass down low to Larry Johnson. Back to Ogman in the corner, back to Larry. Larry pump fakes and banks it in underneath. Johnson's got 18 points. It's 71-35 UNLV. We've still got 15:40 to go tonight. Wilbert Hooker in the corner. Cross court to Dave Barnett. Pump fake. Ogman in the air. Goes in. A 13-footer's in there.
Nice little ball fake by Barnett. He's a good little player.
He's got 11. So Hooker and Barnett have 25 with the Bulldogs 37. They're down 71-37. Anthony. To Anderson Hunt. Hunt lob down to Ackles left of the lane. To Johnson above the foul line. Pulls up 3-pointer on the way. In there!
Team has so many weapons.
Larry Johnson, 50% on 3-pointers this year. The Rebels have doubled the count. 74-37. 5 minutes into the second half. Here's the ball kick for the Rebels. Out of bounds to Fresno. And now Elmore Spencer will come in. We're going to have a timeout. 14:58 to go. UNLV 74. Fresno State 37. We'll be back in a minute.
Well, I didn't much care for the music.
No, it was much too loud.
And I didn't much care for all that yelling either.
No.
You can't stop me, she can't stop me, nobody can stop me! You're too young to remember Lemon Avenue, young fella. No, they were funny.
May I suggest next time you only put it in halfway?
But no. The only kind of rockin' we do is in a chair.
That's for sure.
Comp 92.3. It's not for everybody.
It's an event you can't miss. An event so big it can only happen once a year. It's Rio's Carnival Month. Look for Rio Rita because every day beginning at 8 a.m. you can win your share of $200,000 worth of free cash and prizes. Plus there's specials on food, your favorite drinks. It's Carnival Month at the Rio, and you want to get here any way you can. So ride, drive, run to the Rio all February. It's Rio's Carnival. Food, fun, and prizes. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, everybody. 74-37 UNLV. And Denny was saying during the timeout, the Rebels are putting on a clinic.
Boy, they really are. It's excellent basketball, both ends of the court.
Wilbert Hooker with the basketball. Cuts toward the lane, hangs off balance pass, stolen by Hunt out front. Rebels come back 2-on-2. Anderson will back it out. He didn't have the numbers that time.
It's amazing about this whole thing, Ross. This Fresno team may go down full to end up winning.
Yeah. Here's Anthony out to Ogman. Down low to Larry. Riddlespringer behind him. Larry cross-court, St. Greg. Anthony bounce pass in the lane to Larry. Goes after it. He deflected it. Fadeaway jump from 12. Skips across the rim. Comes to Fresno State's Will Hooker. Fresno hitting 25% from the field. 12 of 48. Rebels hitting 57%, 28 of 49.
Every shot is being contested.
Dave Barnett for 3. In and out. Riddlespringer offensive rebound. Pump fake around at Spencer and bank it in underneath.
Even though Fresno converted that time, you see Larry Johnson really flying out and Hooker.
Ogman for 3 on the rim. Stacy went after with Hooker. They collide. No foul. Carl Ray Harris has got it for Fresno State. George Ackles has 8 rebounds tonight. Stacy Ogman has 7 assists. Greg Anthony had 6 assists. at halftime.
Elmore Spencer's played well, too, in the limited time he's been in there in the first half.
Rebels again showing the zone. Hooker charges through the lane, put it up and missed. Larry Johnson with another rebound. Out to Anthony, way ahead to Hunt in the lane. Great pass and a lay-in for Anderson. Boy, did Greg zip that ball down there.
Ross, I can't impress to our viewers what a great job Greg Anthony does of seeing the court.
76-39. There's a deflection out Johnson. Ogman collides with Hooker. They let him play tonight. They're not calling anything.
I'm glad to see it this way, too.
All right, here's Anthony coming down the lane all the way. Put it up, no good. He got butchered, no foul. Greg screams at Tom Finken, who says, just keep playing. Barnett alley-oop pass underneath, and Carl Ray Harris puts it in.
Pretty good athletic move by Harris.
At the other end, alley-oop to Larry Johnson. Missed a one-handed dunk. Anthony tries to save it, goes into the Rebel bench where Keith Starr and Chris Jeter protect him over there. This was a nice play.
It really is. See Dave Burnett. A great athletic play by Carl Ray Harris. Good timing and good feel for where the glass is.
Carl Ray Harris has set a Fresno State single-season record with 28 dunk shots. And what's strange about that, he's only 6'2".
You see how that previous play, how he just hung in the air. Excellent athletic ability.
Doug Harris, no kin to Carl Ray, on the floor now. Trades passes with Hooker. Comes out to Will Hooker.
Well, you see Jerry playing the zone the whole second half. Really
Sammy Lindsay in the game for Fresno. Goes to Lambrecht, who misses the baseline jumper. Johnson with another Rebel rebound to Anthony. Cross court to Anderson. Three-pointer on the way. Swish.
Let's give Anthony a lot of credit again. Found the open man.
Anderson Hunt, the record holder for three-point shots in UNLV basketball history, has 3 more tonight. That gives him 234. And he's only a junior. 79-41, 12-20 to go. Here's Harris through the lane and throws the ball out of bounds. All right, when do the Rebels pull their starters as they get ready for Arkansas in about 60 hours or less?
I'll tell you, Jerry's been very good about that, taking it easy on the opposing coaches.
12-10 to go in the game. The Rebels by 38.
Even substituted Utah State.
Larry Johnson drives under for a reverse dunk, two-handed.
That'll work.
Wow. Rebels by 40, and the crowd loving it.
I think Jerry's in disbelief himself.
81-41. Sammy Lindsay to Lambrecht against Spencer. Fadeaway blocked by Elmore. Out of bounds. And the fans salute UNLV. Timeout. 11:42 to go in the game. The Rebels by 40, and we'll be back in a minute.
World-class quality, best-in-class value. From Las Vegas's #1 Ford dealer. Surprise! Quality doesn't cost more this year. With the all-new 91 Ford Escort, you get style, fuel efficiency, and a long list of new standard features. Choose from the sporty GT, the roomy LX, or this economical pony starting at just $149 per month for only 24 months. We've got nearly 100 all-new Escorts, the world's best-selling car, in stock right now. So get them while they're hot at Gaudin Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara.
If you like the old Iron Horse, voted #1 by locals for the best breakfast specials as well as exceptional values for lunch and dinner, then you're going to love the all-new Iron Horse Cafe. Same great specials, a totally new restaurant, and an expanded menu that goes all the way to China. Featuring authentic Chinese cuisine served from lunch to late night. The 24-hour Iron Horse Cafe.
The Palace Station. Play the favorite.
Gary Martin, President, Nevada Copy Systems.
Las Vegas, Reno, Carson City, Lake Tahoe. You know, when I made a commitment to the folks at Sharp Electronics to be the largest copier dealer in the state of Nevada, I also made a commitment to provide local service, the best service in each of our communities. Statewide capability, local service.
Statewide capability, local service. Call Nevada Copy Systems, the authority in office technology. Sharp copiers, display typewriters, fax machines.
And local accountability.
Ross Porter and Denny Hovanek on our simulcast at the Thomas and Mack. The Rebels leading 81-41. Fresno with the ball, inbounds pass to Hooker. Blocked by Spencer, comes to Anthony. To Hunt, come up the right side in front of the Rebel bench. He runs it down in the corner. Brings it back out to Anthony. Anthony looks inside, back to Anderson, lob down low to Larry. Johnson back to Hunt in the air for a three-pointer. Short, barely drew iron. Ogman tries to save, does. Dispenser, lay it in.
Boy, another fine play by Stacey Ogman. Great court awareness right there by Stacey.
Elmore with 11 points. 3 times this year he's had 12 points in the game for the Rebels. 83-41. Rebels get it right back. Turnover. Anthony ahead with it. Out to Hunt. In the air. Three-pointer on the rim. Battle for it. Hunt and Lindsay go for it. Sammy's got it. Throw it ahead to Hooker. Hooker working against Anthony. Takes it to the basket. Knocked away by Ogman. To Spencer. Back to Stacy. Over to Anderson. Anderson all the way in. Layup. Got it. Are they awesome?
Boy, unbelievable. Still 11 minutes of this yet.
85-41 in favor of UNLV. USC leading Arizona in the second half, 70-64. Over and back violation on Doug Harris. Now the Rebels will substitute and a standing ovation.
And a well-deserved one, too. I don't know what's going to happen Sunday in Arkansas, but this is obviously one of the best teams ever to play college basketball.
Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogman out. Greg Anthony on the bench. Anderson Hunt is also out. Here's a deflected pass coming to Fresno State. Taylor to Harris. Ducks pass underneath. Carl Ray Harris is back, no good. H. Wallman with the rebound. The ball's kicked out of bounds. Touch last by the Rebels apparently.
Basketball.
UCLA with a 50-30 lead over Arizona State down at Pauley Pavilion tonight. 10:16 to go here. 85-41 UNLV. Weiss and Wallman at guards. Ackles, Spencer, and Gray the front line for #1 ranked UNLV. They will have won 30 in a row since they lost to Santa Barbara almost a year ago. Carl Ray Harris for three. Looks good, is good.
Well, here goes the field goal three percentage.
14 for Harris. 85-44 Rebels. Everett Gray way out to Weiss. Weiss in the lane to Spencer. As Elmore turns in, he drew a foul before he got the shot off. No basket. In the ball game for the first time, Ray Young, a 6'9 sophomore from Rochester, New York, for Fresno State.
See Gary Colson, can't wait to get his flight out tonight.
His ball club hitting 26% from the field, 14 of 55.
Clark warning H. Wallman, make sure he gets his head into the game for his last 10 minutes.
9:44 to go. We're going to talk about the big battle coming up Sunday, UNLV and Arkansas. And Denny, let's talk about matchups. Who's going to take Todd Day, do you think?
That'll be Stacey Ogman. They'll go that way. Arlen Byros will be the point guard, rather.
H. Wallman's three-pointers in there for UNLV. You know, H had made 50% of his three-pointers before tonight. He's got 5 points for this one, 88-44.
Another unforced turnover by Fresno. Doug Harris destroyed the ball out of bounds. Fresno's really lost their concentration there.
We're going to see a couple of great point guards on Sunday at Fayetteville. Greg Anthony against Lee Mayberry. Will they guard one another?
Yes, they will. You see Anderson Hunt take Arlen Bowers.
So Oliver Miller then will probably be guarded by George Ackles or Larry Johnson, do you think?
They figure to go with George Ackles on that one. And the new junior college, Isaiah Morris, has really been playing well for Arkansas.
Yeah. All right, Wallman lobbing down to Elmore, deflects the ball out to Carl Ray Harris. 3-on-2 for the Bulldogs. Carl Ray leaves it for Taylor, back under to Doug Harris, and his layup is in there. 88-46 UNLV. Rebels have been averaging over 103 points a game. Everett Gray's got it with 8:50 to play. His pass to Spencer, knocked away, turned over to Doug Harris. Harris around Wallman, all the way for a layup. It's around and out. Follow shot is good.
You can see this.
Ray Young will get the basket. At the other end, Rebels again failed to convert. The ball lost out of bounds, though, by Fresno State. A 40-point lead for UNLV.
See the second unit giving up some easy buckets.
Michael Pearson, number 3, a 5'9 senior from Union City, California. And Pat Riddlespringer come in for Fresno State. Young and Doug Harris go out. Everett Gray to Spencer for a jump hook. Around and no good, but he was fouled by Sammy Lindsay. UNLV's narrowest victory at home this year has been 24 points. The Knights is 31 ahead at half. Now they're 40 in front of Gary Colson's crew.
Who do we beat by 24, Ross?
James Madison.
All right. And Jerry was very nice to lefty.
Lefty, he likes lefty. Spencer misses the free throw.
They were probably up about 30 some that game.
UNLV has been at least 20 points ahead of every team that has played this year.
Absolutely amazing. Incredible stat.
Spencer missed them both. The ball was ricocheted back to Elmore by Ackles. Over to Everett Gray, twisting in the lane, put it up a bank, no good. It comes over to Barnett of Fresno State. We go back the other way. Here's an alley-oop pass. Missing the shot under was Carl Ray Harris. Ackles brings it down, gives to H. Wallman. To Spencer trying to save it, which he does. Elmore to Ackles coming down the lane, and we've got a foul call. 8:06 to play in the ball game.
Should be Carl Ray on the hold.
In the second half, Pacific leading at Cal State Fullerton 53 to 47. Utah beat Hawaii tonight 80 to 60.
It's amazing the job Rick Majerus is doing up there in Utah.
Wow. That was quite a year.
Really overachieving that ball club.
Wilbert Hooker in, Carl Ray Harris out for the Bulldogs. H. Wallman inbounds to Elmore Spencer. Jump shot from 9 for a seasonal high. No good. Riddlespringer rebound to Dave Barnett. 88-48 UNLV at the 8-minute mark. Here's Hooker hanging for a 12-footer. Barely got the hanger. Follow shot by Will is no good. They battle for it underneath. And Travis Bice battling Hooker. And they're going to change the call. Bice falls down. A great acting job by Travis. Norm Marucki said no. It's Fresno's ball. Timeout. 7:49 to go. UNLV 88. Fresno State 48. Back in a minute.
When you're in 3rd grade and have a chance to meet and talk to the national champion Runnin' Rebels, what could be better? That's what the Horseshoe Stars is all about. It's a special program created by Dr. Lois Tarkanian and sponsored by the Binion family. It encourages Las Vegas 3rd graders to study, to stay in school, stay off drugs, and stay out of youth gangs. It gives them direct access to the Runnin' Rebels as role models and friends. Great stuff for any 3rd grader.
At Plant World, you'd expect to find plants, and you do. Beautiful, healthy, hardy plants. But you'll also find the largest variety of indoor and outdoor plant material, and the continual savings on all gardening supplies. Plant World's February fertilizer sale features 40 pounds of Ultra Fortified. Your choice, $8.88. Plant World has been making gardening easier for Las Vegans for over 23 years. So when you're looking for quality, service, and selection, shop Plant World, 2 locations, and discover the value of high quality.
A hint of music, an open heart, the scent of mesquite. Unforgettable moments. It doesn't take a special occasion to make an occasion special. The Steakhouse, quietly nestled in the heart of Circus Circus.
Jerry Tarkanian took his Rebel starters out with 10:39 to go, and UNLV ahead 85 to 41. Now the Rebels leading by 40, a little over, well, about 3 minutes later. Fresno's got the ball. Riddlespringer to Hooker. Rebels have shown a lot of zone tonight, Denny.
You know, since the 10-minute mark in the first half, they haven't been out of it.
Hooker fakes three-pointer, gets Ackles in the air, fires from outside. It is too long. Battle for the rebound. Spencer tipped it to Ackles, and George lost the ball. But they're going to give it to UNLV. I think that's a makeup call by Norm Marucki.
Might be.
I thought George touched it last. Fresno hitting 27% from the field, 17 of 63 compared to the Rebels 55%, 34 of 62. Wallman bounce pass to Ackles. Riddlespringer steps in front, steals. His bounce pass to Pearson. Pearson working against Bice, put it up and missed. Ball knocked out of bounds, touched last by UNLV.
You know, you talked about the zone defense. You can see Jerry sticking for Sundays. He's going to use that on me, but probably quite often.
Doesn't Arkansas use a sliding zone?
They'll pull around a little 2-3 zone, but for the most part, they're a straight man-to-man team. Depending if they get in foul trouble, they may go to the zone.
David Rice replaces H. Wallman for the Rebels. Dave Barnett's got the ball on the left baseline. Bring it out to Pearson, and Pearson lost it out of bounds.
Boy, Jerry is really upset with H after the last pass.
When Arkansas came into the Thomas and Mack last season and lost 101-93, Lee Mayberry put up 23 shots in that ball game Wasn't that hot. He had 21 points on the day. I'm sure Anthony is going to make this a personal mission going against Mayberry.
He really will.
David Rice from Claremont, California, to Everett Gray from Bloomington, California, to Travis Bice from Simi Valley, California. The pass down to George Ackles, and they foul the kid from North Carolina.
It was a good-looking pass by Travis Bice, too. Did a good job of really passing away from the defense.
It's getting late at the sports arena, but USC continues to lead 5th-ranked Arizona, 79-76.
Boy, Southern Cal should have beat them down at Arizona.
Did you see who's second in the Pac-10? Travis Bice's three-pointer is no good, and Pearson's got a Fresno rebound. I was stunned. Second place in the Pac-10 belongs at the moment to Washington State.
The whole conference from top to bottom is about
6.5 minutes to go in this game. It's been 88-48 for it seems like a couple of minutes. Dave Barnett out to Pearson. Barnett fakes Bice in the air, goes up with a 27-footer, made another one. Boy, he's got the range, doesn't he?
Yeah, good little ball fake to really freeze Travis.
14 for Barnett. That means Fresno scored the last 7 points since the starters left the game. Rebels only have 3 points. Fresno's had 10. All right, Gray down to Spencer, turning in, and there's his seasonal high as he banks it in. 13 for Elmore Spencer tonight. The Rebels reached 90. They lead by 39.
Elmore getting quite a few minutes.
Johnson and Ogman and Ackles all had big games tonight on that front line for UNLV. And that might be a key to success for the Rebels Sunday. Wilbur Hooker just made a three-pointer from in front of his bench for Fresno. 90-54, 5.5 minutes to play. David Rice outside to Everett Gray. Gray to Bice. Lob down low to Elmore. Jump shot over Sammy Lindsay. Needs a bounce. Got it. Elmore is getting more active.
It really is a tough mismatch right there for Lindsay.
15 for Spencer, who averages 8 a game. 92-54. Running Rebels. Dave Barnett out of the corner for another three, and he buried that one nicely.
Good little player, Russ.
He is. He's had 11 three-pointers in the 2 games against UNLV this year.
Well, surprisingly, he only needs 7 more assists in this game.
Travis Bice for 3. Count it.
That'll work. He only needs 7 more assists to break the single-season record here from Fresno.
95-57. Rebels trying to get to that seasonal average of 103.6 points a game. 4:42 to go. Michael Pearson puts up a three-pointer, no good for Fresno. David Rice after it, slaps it out front. They battle for it. Pearson saves it for Fresno to Hooker, to Barnett, around his man, in the air, jump shot for 2. That's no good. Ackles rebounds off the day Rice. Rice comes up out of backcourt, back to Bice. Travis for another three-pointer. He got another one.
That'll work.
Travis Bice has been amazing this year, folks. He now has 32 three-point baskets and only 4 two-pointers.
Zone buster. H. Waldman coming ready to get back in the game.
Wilbert Hooker for 3. Count that. First team's a fine outside shooting here.
Is this a horse game or not?
98-60 with 4 minutes to go. We'll be on the air Sunday morning from Fayetteville. 8:30 a.m. for our pregame show. Travis Bice, another three-pointer. Ring that one up.
Well, that should be yes.
4 three-pointers tonight for Bice. He had 18 points in the game against Reno. A lot of people have gone home tonight. That's a little surprising here. Hooker from 29 feet on the rim. David Rice, a Rebel rebound. Coming out of backcourt, 3-on-1. Beats Everett Gray under for a one-handed dunk. Bring on the Razorbacks, say the Rebels.
Great play by Elmore Spencer.
Steals the ball.
Full court press down there.
He's going to have to tie his shoelace with his right shoe. David Rice dribbles around Elmore to Everett Gray. Tark smiles. Everett's three-pointer on the rim. Ackles slaps it up in the air. It comes out to David Rice. Under to George. Ackles leans in and got fouled by Riddlespringer.
There's one person in the arena, which is this game would go away real quick, and that's Gary Colson. Got to really feel for Gary.
You know, talking to Gary, though, before the game tonight, you got the idea, as a basketball purist, not a rival coach, that he really respected this UNLV team.
Well, he really does. In fact, when we were talking to him before the game, he came over and wished Gary good luck this weekend.
Brad Riddlespringer just committed his 4th foul. Tonight's paid attendance was 18,883.
And they saw a great show.
Rebels led at half, 59-28. They lead 103-60. Ackles' free throw is no good. George has hit 49% of his foul tosses this year. Second one on the way, and that's better. Ackles with his 9th point. And we got a timeout. 3:02 to go. UNLV 104, Fresno State 60. Back in a minute.
Put your body in action with Hot Sports Fashions.
Las Vegas Sports Center has the lowest prices in town. Fitness fashion with a street attitude for less. Get the look that gets the looks. Only at Las Vegas Sports Center.
Hot Sports Fashions.
There has never been a show like it. Peter Jackson's spectacular King Arthur's Tournament. For tickets, call 597-7600. Two dinner performances nightly. King Arthur's Tournament. You won't believe your eyes.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Wilden. At Wilden's Pride Dodge, we're slashing prices during our 3rd anniversary sale. Select this 1991 Shadow America, the lowest priced American car, for just $74.98. This 4091 Spirit for only $96.50, or truly one of America's most luxurious cars, the 91 Dodge Dynasty, for $11,788. All are equipped with driver's airbags. Come see us at Wilden's Pride Dodge. You'll be glad you did.
Pride Dodge. That's Pride Dodge.
Since Jerry Tarkanian took his regulars out, the Rebels' second unit has played Fresno State to a 19-19 standoff.
That'll make Jerry happy. They're having a lot of trouble with the second unit this year.
104-60 UNLV. Fresno State's got the ball. Rebels in a zone. They've been in a lot of the night. Lambrecht's pass cross court barely gets to Pearson, whose shot's no good. Ackles rebounds. Chris Jeter on the floor for the first time in about a month for UNLV. Hurt a tricep muscle and was out. Good to see Chris back.
Combination.
Right. Wallman out to Bice, who's had 4 3-point baskets tonight. Rebels have had 5 men in double figures tonight, led by Larry Johnson's 23. 15 for Anderson Hunt, 15 for Elmore Spencer. Here's Wallman out to Ackles in the lane. One-hand dunk, went in, came out. Comes over to Michael Pearson.
A great pass by H.
George was trying to get the double figures with that one. He's had 9 points tonight. Shot no good for the Bulldogs. Ackles after it. Ackles couldn't quite save it. Other Rebels scoring tonight. Ogman had 13. Anthony had 8. Vice 4. Wallman 5. Cal State Long Beach beats Irvine 72-60. And Pacific leading at Florida in the second half 65-50.
Well, that'll be a nice win if Pacific can hold on there.
All right. Leaving the ball game is George Ackles. Here's Taylor through traffic, a left-handed shot, no good, but he drew a foul. H. Wallman got him outside.
Well, this is a great tune-up for the Arkansas game. I think Jerry called what he had to do this game. Can't believe we haven't seen Brian yet. 2 minutes to go.
Or Bobby Joyce.
Right.
Here's Everett Gray to David Rice. Back down the middle of Chris Jeter. Two-handed dunk. Welcome back, Chris. 106-60. That's the biggest lead of the night. Taylor to the baseline. Under to Young. Young shot blocked by Jeter. Off to David Rice. Brian Emerson will come in at the next opportunity for UNLV.
It's the earliest he's been in.
Vice for 3. He's got his 5th three-pointer. Has he missed?
If the game was about 3 minutes longer, he might be the leading scorer tonight.
15 for Vice. Pass underneath to Ray Young. Reverse. Shot good.
Well, the biggest thing now is the clock's going to stop to get Brian into the game.
109-62, 111 to go. Wallman with it outside to David Rice. Bounce pass to Gray. Everett left baseline. Back in the middle at Chris Jeter. Puts it up and misses. That will be called on Lambrecht, and it'll get Emerson into the game with an even 1 minute to play. Boy, the Rebel regulars over there enjoying the play of the reserves, and a standing ovation for Travis Vice. What a shooting game.
You see Travis pulling up for his last three, nothing but net. Automatic, great standstill shooter.
Vice, 5 3-pointers tonight, 4 of them in the second half. All right, Chris Jeter to the free throw line. Vice missed 1 3-pointer tonight, according to Denny McGarvey.
How did that happen?
Jeter misses the first free throw. Final score, USC has upset Arizona, 87-83. So the 5th-ranked Wildcats lose in Los Angeles.
Great win for Southern Cal.
Jeter's free throw is good. Now a steal. Jeter comes back with a fadeaway jump shot. In, out, stays out. Ball knocked out of bounds by Fresno. 53 seconds to go, 110-62, and the Rebel fans love their ball club.
I'll tell you what, right now, Brian will get this ball, and he'll get a couple shots off. I guarantee it.
All right, Wallman dribbling outside, 50 seconds to go. They set a pick for Emerzian. They can't breathe. So Wallman now over to Emerzian. Behind the line, shoots for 3. Air ball. Underneath, Gray back to Emerzian, put it up, blocked. Comes to Harris, 3-on-1 Fresno fast break. Harris behind the back pass. Back to Pearson, who scores underneath. They throw it the other end of the court to Gray. Gray underneath. He will two-hand dunk.
Got the Rebels here, full court pressing, and interesting.
Here's a shot by Fresno, no good. Pearson takes it, goes under, feeds to Young. Young shot up, no good. Blocked by Jeter, comes to Jeter. Jeter feeds ahead to Wallman. 8 seconds to go. Wallman, alley-oop. Gray missed the shot. He was fouled by Pearson. 112-64. The Rebels won over Fresno, 117-91 in their first game this year.
Well, you can see the starters right there. They want Brian to get a couple shots in here.
Avery Gray will go to the free throw line. Fresno goes to Irvine Saturday night.
Was that Irvine or Fullerton Saturday? Irvine.
Here's a free throw, good by Avery Gray. Got a bounce. 113-64. The next one looks long and is long. Rebounded by Young. Young pass to Lambrecht, knocked away, comes underneath. Shot's no good. The game's over. Final score. Number 1 ranked UNLV 113. Fresno State 64. Gary Tarkanian's Run Rebels have won 30 in a row, including 19 this year. They won 30 straight at the Thomas.
For a limited time only, when you come to a participating Chili's and buy any meal, you receive a Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, which lets you bring someone along free when flying on one of Southwest Airlines full-fare round-trip tickets. What a deal! Just come into Chili's, enjoy a great meal, and get a Partner Pass, and take anyone you want on your next trip free, like your mom or your sister.
Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, only at Chili's.
Or your boss. You could take your boss.
That should be perfect.
Good. Now this fan represents
The finest medical skill and experience. A higher knowledge. And a passion for personal caring is good healthcare. And healthcare this good is easy to find at Valley Hospital.
It's an event you can't miss. An event so big it can only happen once a year. It's Rio's Carnival Month. Look for Rio Rita because every day beginning at 8 a.m., you could win your share of $200,000 worth of free cash and prizes. Plus, there's specials on food, your favorite drinks. It's Carnival Month at the Rio, and you want to get here any way you can. So ride, drive, run to the Rio all February. It's Rio's Carnival. Food, fun, and prizes. Don't miss it.
The fabulous Run Rebels are the superstars of Las Vegas. But there's another superstar in Las Vegas that always ranks number 1, the magnificent Las Vegas Hilton, the world's most exciting resort hotel, where you'll find more than 3,000 luxurious rooms and suites. So for reservations, call toll-free 800-732-7117 or 800 Hiltons. That's the Las Vegas Hilton, the superstar of Las Vegas. Welcome back to the Thomas & Mack Center. I'm Ross Porter with Denny Hovanek. And we've just seen UNLV put on another dazzling show tonight before a paid crowd of almost 19,000 as they thrashed Fresno State. The final score tonight was 113-64, and at 49-point margin at the end, was the largest of the night. The Rebels with 5 men in double figures, and just another exceptional performance by the #1 team in the country that now heads to Arkansas tomorrow for the game of the year Sunday morning against second-ranked Arkansas.
Ross, it's a pleasure to watch this UNLV team. First of all, they're so unselfish. It's unbelievable. And they have so many weapons also, and it's a pleasure to watch this ball club play basketball.
Larry Johnson tonight finished with 23 points for the Rebels, and then a trio of Rebs at 15 points each. Anderson Hunt, Elmore Spencer, and Travis Spice just failing to get into double figures. George Ackles with 9, Greg Anthony with 8, Everett Gray had 7, H. Wallman had 5, and Chris Jeter had the other 3. For Fresno tonight, Wilbert Hooker led the way with 20, Dave Barnett had 17. The Bulldogs were without Todd Bernard, but I don't think it would have mattered. It was 59-28 UNLV at halftime, and the Rebels came out and had 54 more points in the second half. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the Arkansas game against the Rebels. I would think it would be a contest that would be fast-paced throughout, wouldn't you?
It'll definitely be an up-tempo game. Arkansas likes the full-court press. They like the early shot. They're kind of like their mirror of UNLV. A lot of pressing. They can create a lot of opportunities off their defense. It'll be a fast-paced game and an exciting basketball game.
We mentioned earlier that Arkansas got out-rebounded in the first half tonight at Houston, 21-9. But I guess you could say rebound numbers sometimes are misleading, couldn't you?
Yeah, they really are. A lot of times teams take, different shot selection, and a lot of rebounds come off the wrong way. But the one thing that's solid about Arkansas, they're a very solid ball club with Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, their fine point guard. Just a quality ball club.
All right, Denny. See you on the plane tomorrow. We'll look forward to Sunday.
Definitely. Thank you.
And the Rebels back here a week from tonight against UC's Santa Barbara. Thank you very much for being with us, everybody. Now, for Denny O'Bannick, I'm Ross Porter, reminding you the final score tonight was UNLV 113, Fresno State 64. And from the Thomas and Mack Center, good night, everybody. And Visitors Authority.